we just need to tackle that color issue.
It's HDR. That's what the issue is. It's because I'm using HDR.
That's not the definition of HDR, where you lose color.
But it's the recording. Watch, I turn it off. I guarantee it'll come back through. All right, welcome.
So I guess the first question is it Carbyne or Carbyne?
Carbyne Games.
Games.
And I'll pop a logo here. And the Carbyne is actually advanced form of graphene, which it was the strongest material known to man, right? That they created. So Carbyne is actually two layers of graphene, and they actually make Carbyne. They take two single cell, single atom width graphene sheets in a circle, and then inside they're able to create Carbyne out of that. So that's actually, if you look at the logo, that's what that represents. It's the two layers. The two layers with the actual Carbyne that's actually inside of it. Making a futuristic game about robots, I figure, Carbyne is going to come into play big time here. These advanced materials. That makes sense. So,
funnily enough, I thought you meant carbine, as in carbine gun.
Carbyne gun. You're not the first person to say that. Actually, there's a couple people on Twitter that have asked me the origin story, so they're kind of curious.
Yeah. So, what would you say is the elevator pitch for Avant-Garde?
Avant-Garde, and this is something I've been debating with folks on because I'm struggling to put it cleanly into a genre here. But it's an action. It's a high-tech action adventure game. I'm putting the label multiplayer on it right now because that's what the prototype's going to be. But the bigger vision is, it's this very heavy store lore based action adventure, high-tech action adventure game. This is a game that it's gonna feel weighty. It's about bots, it's about artificial intelligence, and it's about how artificial intelligence could potentially evolve in the future away from how AI would, a possible scenario of how AI would interact with humans, and how they would potentially maybe take on a life of their own without giving away too much, but also there's sympathy and empathy and all this other stuff that if bots were to approach sentience, self-awareness, like they might not be evil, like they don't necessarily have to be evil and to want to kill humans, right? There's a lot of things here, but that's kind of the high level here we're going after.
What's cool about that is that right now, when we talk about technology and we talk about advanced AI and bots and things like that, we think about this one central intelligence, and a lot of times we call that the singularity. And we have some very smart people saying this is what's going to happen, but the truth of the matter is that we don't know. We have some very smart people making guesses, and they're probably going to be somewhat reliable, but what form artificial intelligence takes, it's going to be something alien to us as actual aliens. So, I think what's exciting is that we get to explore that a bit with this game and the story and the lore behind it. And we're gonna make good use of that.
It is, and I know we've had a lot of conversations already about this, but it's without giving too much away, we're actively trying to avoid tropes, right? Common tropes, cliches. We're trying to, we know it. We've read the books, we've seen the movies. Like we're very familiar with what's commonplace within sci-fi and artificial intelligence in Hollywood. So just for everyone out there, we're going to do our best. I'm not saying we're going to be perfect, but we're going to do our best to craft a really engaging intellectual, well, I'll call it intellectual. I don't know the level of my intellect, but story for everyone.
And it's from the perspective of a gamer who's been doing this for years and years and years and has well-built opinions, like many gamers do, about what makes a good game, what makes good gameplay, what makes good story. And I think that's part of the exciting part is that this has been sort of something that has been a potential project for a long time. So there's been a lot of time thought about it, and now it's time to put the pedal to the metal, so to speak.
So a little quick side story. This actually didn't originate as a game, and I actually never told you this, but your brother and I, a long time ago, like 20 years ago, we had a story, a script, because we had a script that we were working on very similar to this. So this is actually an evolution of that. I don't know if you knew that, but
No, I didn't. That's pretty cool.
Big T. Yep. It's cool. I'm super excited. I never had enough. I was always familiar with like coding and stuff, but I think Unreal Engine 5 really opened up a lot of doors for folks like me that were on the bridge of always wanting this to do something like this, an interactive experience. But yeah, it's a good time to be alive, that's for sure. Pretty cool. Been approached by actually a couple, the interest is starting to take off. There's been a couple podcasts that asked me to sign up. I just feel really weird about introducing or going public with this game, which I guess maybe this whatever this is right now is kind of starting doing.
Because there's a couple of examples, out there in the gaming world where people go stealth until they're just about ready to launch, or in some cases they just blow out the entire development process and make it available to everyone. I think Steam has been really good in their early access sort of feature that enables devs to get the game out there, get the feedback, and also get maybe a little bit of money to support development.
I'm not different. Like it's been. I'll lay it out. Here's my thought process here, and this is all up for debate, and that's why you're on Discord, right? And anyone can join the Discord, and it's try to keep it open and feedback friendly, right? Because I don't have all the answers. I just know that I want to make a kick-ass game, but I don't know if I have the best ideas, right? So here's the idea. The game we're putting together right now, Advent Guard was the working title, and it's story-wise, which we may get into this episode. Is this an episode? I don't even know if this is an episode.
It might end up being a couple of
yeah. What a lot of Kickstarters do is they don't have the product, right? So they're working toward the product. So I feel like I'm lucky enough, I guess I should say, to get a product that people can actually touch and get their hands on. It's a little tactile. So the idea here is that we get this game to a prototype state, not single player, not co-op, well, maybe, but definitely multiplayer, so people can actually start sinking their teeth into this for free, right? So I mean, there's no way we're going to charge at that point, but get this multiplayer prototype out there that people can start taking a look at. So with that, there's a couple approaches that we've been talking about, and one of the ones that actually just came to my attention, and I knew it in the back of my head, is but with the trailer and everything that we got planned, the story trailer, I'm thinking, why not? The Epic Mega Grant. So the Epic Mega Grant it's not a specific time of the year, from my understanding. People can apply to it anytime, and if it's does enough, for Epic to think that drives the adoption and creativity of their engine forward, then cool, right? So I think we're gonna try for the Epic Mega Grant first. But second, if that, depending on what that is, I don't know how that's going to turn out, but the idea is that we take the trailer, we take this multiplayer, and for everyone, you could join the game, and there's maybe two options, so you can get a kind of a feel for different things. One is like a straight multiplayer, and whether that's deathmatch or like an objective based thing, like that's stuff that we're still brainstorming out, right, when we'll be talking about. But the idea is that we would have this multiplayer mode, and then kind of a single player mode. Think of it as like the old school Quake bots, right? But hopefully better, or maybe that's more objective based. And that's what I was talking to you about, the scenario situation. Like in the story trailer, we have this very specific point in our lore and our history that we're choosing to show for the story trailer, which in the back of my head is like, that would make a good like battle scenario, right? So thinking for the actual prototype demo, you would have like this single player scenario that you could play to kind of get a taste for what co-op or what single player would be, and then like a multiplayer experience where you could kill your friends and have fun. But anyway, that package, whatever form it is, like that's what I'm willing to get to the prototype stage here. So for free, everyone can sink their teeth into it, and then we'll really put it to the test. We'll put it up for funding, whether it's through Epic or whether it's Kickstarter or some other crowdsourcing. But yeah, then we can kind of see if the interest is there, and not only that, get real feedback, like a lot more feedback than.
That's super exciting, and I think that's one of the nice things about where gaming has gone as of the past few decades is that it's leaning a lot more towards the individual creator than the large houses that are prone to those let's call it pissing off their fan base.
I guess to keep these kind of manageable and short, I was hoping, I mean, we could probably talk about this stuff forever. So next time, I know we kind of went into like what the game is supposed to be, which is exactly what I was hoping to get out of this. So thank you again, Corey, for kind of pushing me toward this. Really wanted to start getting this concept of this game out there beyond just the social media. So start putting some faces to this.